Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 2 of week 5 of the Halo Championship Series Pro League. I'm Strongside, and join with me at the Xfinity desk, as always, is Kyle Elamite Elam. Well, let's get straight into it. We've got another matchup. This is match 2 for today. This is going to be Team Liquid versus Allegiance. Now, Liquid, they've got to get a win here. I mean, we said this yesterday as well. They put up a good fight, but if they want to have any chance of just making it into that 5th or 6th spot, they've got to get a win and then just hope that these other teams lose.
I mean, you're absolutely correct. Like we said before, this is a must-win situation for Allegiance, just like it was for Renegades last game. And they're going up against Team Liquid, who actually, in that rematch against Optic, ended up taking them down. So let's take a look at the lineup here. And of course, we have Spartan, who has been, essentially, in my eyes, leading this squad. But, they keep falling short each time.
Shout out to Spartan. Sorry to cut you off. He was casting alongside Onset and Rynoob earlier, so it's great to see him kind of diving into both worlds of casting and being a player.
Yeah, absolutely. You see a lot of that from him and Rynoob there as well. And of course, the rest of the squad, Denoxide, Stellar, and Eco.
All right, let's look at the other side. We've got Allegiance. Rynoob, like you said, was casting as well earlier. Heinz, Contra, and Predevinator. Now, I've got to give a shout out to Heinz after yesterday. He posted on his YouTube a video of their comeback on Plaza Strongholds, and this man made such a clutch play for his squad. EG was about to capture bottom middle, and he just flies in and stops them from capturing it. I think there was about 5% left until they were about to capture it, and Heinz stops it, ends up going on a crazy spree in Cafe and Hotel and getting some huge kills. I mean, his gameplay was very impressive, and that's just shows that they picked up the right person for that team.
Right, it wasn't on stream there, but it was essentially almost 3 kills that he had picked up that were just utterly game-changing kills. So big props to him, knowing exactly what he needs to do when he needs to do it. Now let's take a look at the Allegiance lineup a little bit further here, specifically at Contra. Contra's been with Predevinator for quite some time now and has consistently been showing that he is one of the top Halo 5 players. Big placing at that Halo World Champions, taking home a clean 250,000 for his team there.
Not too bad.
And of course, anyone that's been around for a while, previous gamertag was Little Talent. I'm pretty sure he standbyed me on Halo 2 back in the day.
So you're telling us that he cheated you in Halo 2? He
cheated me in Halo 2, absolutely.
Oh,
Never
man.
forget it.
I remember he was big into like free-for-alls and 1v1s back then.
And standby.
And standby. Well, I played him in a 1v1 in Halo Reach. I think it was on like, I'm pretty sure it was on Zealot. And I ended up winning that one. But
nice.
ended on the W. Never got a chance to play him again. But
so you're undefeated.
I'm undefeated right now. But he's still going. So, I mean, props to Contra for still going. But let's take a look at the game type overview here and see what these guys are going to be playing. Kali, CTF, Truth Slayer, Eden Strongholds, Fathom, CTF if we make it there, and Kali, Slayer. But, I mean, Elamite, when you're looking at this matchup, after Liquid falling short yesterday and what almost looked like they were going to be able to take down Enigma 6 after Enigma 6 just defeated CLG, I mean, what do you think this Liquid squad is kind of feeling today going into this match? I mean, what do they have to do? I
mean, the good thing for Liquid is, essentially there is nothing to lose here in these scenarios. And we've seen them kind of struggle in a couple of the weeks, but they really kind of turned it around. And it's one thing they need to work on is just closing out games. Like, they've made several mistakes, crucial mistakes during the course of the game, but right at the end is when you just can't afford to have any of those and several players dropping. You need to play to your advantages, and it really seems like Liquid is struggling in order to do that. You need to always be able to focus on taking advantage of that, and if your team has a sniper, you can't be charging out and dying because you are going to be putting him in the worst possible situation. You need to be, baiting but covering your sniper rifle guy, not dying and allowing a 4v1 collapse on him. So just falling short so many different times, it's definitely frustrating for that team. Sometimes it's even frustrating to watch when a team is struggling that hard.
Yeah, because you don't want to see a team just get completely destroyed like that, and especially when you've got players that are that's so dedicated and so willing to put that time in, and just they've got so much dedication to try and get better and build that team. And that's what you have with these squads. I mean, the guys over on Team Liquid, they have a lot of drive. I mean, we always talk about Spartan, how he is committed. He is just engulfed in everything Halo, and we see him casting and and just being involved in everywhere in the community. And even the guys on Allegiance, we see them just involved everywhere. Rynoob doing the casting, Hines fighting his way through the open circuit to try and get back on one of these top teams, and he did that. So, I mean, just a lot of people really want to see these players do well, and, you know, I mean, with how Liquid played yesterday, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to put up a good fight against this Allegiance squad. I
mean, when a game was literally decided in the last 2 seconds of the game, I mean, it's only so many times can things go wrong for your team every single time. Like, eventually, just based on statistics, it has to turn around and start working in your favor sometimes.
At some point, you would think so. So let's hope, yeah, let's hope they can make this an interesting series for us. I always want to see a Game 5. I mean, let us know what you guys want to see at home. Tell us in the chat. Do you want to see a quick 3-0, or do you want to see a Game 5 down to the wire, down to the last seconds in a match?
And then while the players are getting set up, we'll get underway here in just a few moments. I want to give a shout out to some of the you know, community content that we've got going on here, and specifically HaloHeatmaps.com. We talked about it a little bit on the show yesterday. It's just a cool little layout where you can look at those maps from an above view and see where most of the action's taking place, where most of the people are falling within the game, and then, you know, kind of adjust your play style. You know, are you in these cold, dark areas all the time,
yeah,
or are you in the red hot spots, because that's where you need to be?
Or maybe that's not where you need to be.
Or maybe that's not where you need to be.
But also, for another community plug, we've got the Halo Theater. Pop up your feet, throw some popcorn in the microwave. You've got Halo Theater. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Basically, it's an overhead view of a map, and you get to see kind of similar to Halo Heat Maps, but it's down to the specifics. So if I kill Elamite across the map on the rig or Coliseum, I mean, you're going to see exactly that route, where whether I sniped him, it'll show you a direct sight line with a pistol or whatever weapon I ended up killing him with. And then there's also a feed on the right side of the website as well, and that'll kind of tell you everything that's happening through the game, whether Elamite fell off the map or I was able to quickly get a double kill when he's off spawn.
Or Strong Side betrayed all of his teammates, you know, whatever the case may be.
Something like that. Actually, we saw some betraying yesterday.
Oh,
too,
yeah, we'll talk about that in game as well. Just want a quick shout out to your podcast as well.
Oh, yeah.
And we got that esl.gg/HCS listen in. I believe it was 4, and it was with Snakebite this time as well. So always great to hear from him.
Yeah, he had some great insight on kind of the stuff CLG's been going through after their loss, and definitely some cool things. We also touched on and reminisced on when Dursky, myself, and Snakebite were teaming back then. Dursky is also on the podcast, and we all teamed together. Our fourth was Twilight, but we got to reminisce on some good times in practice lands. But it sounds like we do have the players ready, so let's get ready to kick things off here on Capture the Flag on Coliseum here. This is another symmetrical map. You've got Sniper on this map, you've got Rockets, there's a Carbine up there by Rockets as well, and then you also have Scatter Shot bottom middle. You're going to want to see players constantly going for that, but Sniper is going to be the area of control. So we're going to jump on board with Eco right now as he heads straight to his window, putting some shots across the map. So, you know, I like this play. You have both teams kind of doing the same thing right there, is trying to keep that other player at bay so they're not able to push up and get to the top of the catwalk. But a great play from Eco off the start to just quickly move on over, help out his teammate, and now making a flank down on Contra. But Contra's got the Rockets, and Contra's looking to pick up another kill. He does, and Rockets will go down. Predevinator right nearby, though, and Predevinator will be still alive here right here. He's going to get some help from his teammates and look to potentially start this push into the base. So Allegiance now kind of getting that control over Snipe side and getting their foothold here and potentially making a push now into the flag. You've got another player with Rockets. Let's move over to that player who's got Rockets. That's going to be Hines here.
And Hines doing a great job of rotating in, but Liquid ready for him. And let's not forget as well, this is kind of a grudge match because not too long ago, Hines was actually on Team Liquid for World Championships before the team had a little, you know, disbanding essentially, along with Aces and APG as well. So Hines, it's great to see him back in that competition. You know, we talked about it before. He is a champion, and great shots by both players. If anything, I put that win in favor of Spartan, you know, being at that disadvantage. Height advantage is big in Halo.
Yeah, always having that height advantage, you just be able to get an easier sightline on them. And great shots there from Stellar to take down Rynoob. Hines at bottom middle. He's going to get charged by Eco, so let's move over to Eco and see if he's going to be able to pick up the kill. He does, and now it looks like we do have a flag out, but that flag is not going to really be ran anywhere. That's just going to be immediately stopped, dead in its tracks. Rockets are coming up, so I like the play from Eco right now. He's just trying to stay up here, keep this control and get the rockets in the hands of his team, because we always see players that can use those rockets and potentially push into the base here. But yeah, and actually I believe we are having a technical issue here. We are not able to play the match right now, so actually we are going to take a short break, and then we will be right back with the match. So the game is still all tied up right now. No team has scored, but we will have this match underway here in just a second. We'll get back into that. And
then I believe when Eco was top rockets there and had that carbine, looked like he shot Contra with only one time and picked up the kill. I believe he ended up walking backwards and falling off the map in that situation. So that's always a rewarding feeling when you shoot one bullet and get the kill when it's not the sniper rifle.
I know, right? And then, you know, I like how Eco, though, when we were kind of watching him there towards the end, he was just really controlling rockets. In the past, for those of you that are new, top rockets didn't used to have that cover up there, nor was there a carbine. So it was very exposed, very open, really hard to stay alive up there. But now it's turned into a bit of a power position. You only really want one player to control that area, but it's a power position nonetheless. So you see a lot more players go over there and go over there earlier because there's so much cover there.
Right, and with that carbine top rockets, it's just that much more impactful. Normally you could see teams focusing all their players over towards sniper side and pushing up, but now with the extra cover, you know, top rockets used to be a place you go just to die, and now it's a place, you know, essentially or grab rockets and just try to throw them back to your base. But now it's completely changed. You really need to have a guy up there laying down some cover fire, helping your teammates collapse on the sniper rifle. And with thrust and sprint and clamber, you can move around the map so quickly. You can go from rockets to the enemy team's window and jump from the window up to top snipe, so you can get there in literally a matter of seconds.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, let's talk a little bit more about Liquid and their kind of struggle to get a match win. I mean, they've had one match win, but I mean, they've got a tough road ahead of them. Today they play Allegiance. I mean, in the future they've got EG, they've got Counter Logic Gaming, they've got Enigma 6. They don't have any easy road to take right now, and they have to be playing at their top tier level. And I worry for Liquid, and I kind of worry for what's going to happen when towards the end of the season. Are they going to get sent to relegation, and is this team going to be able to keep their spot in Pro League? Because it's got to be scary looking at the open circuit and seeing you've got Rami on French Toast Mafia just coming straight for you.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. And the good part for Liquid is they at least beat, although Optic Gaming and Liquid are both 1-1 as far as their matches against each other, I would much rather win the most recent match than the one at the beginning of the season, because, you know, what happened at the beginning of the season just doesn't even matter anymore. You know, the example is Renegades, where they were so hot to start, or even Evil Geniuses as well, just so hot to start the season. You think these teams are all the second best teams in the league, and then it's coming out that you see Envy and Enigma 6 are really the ones stepping above, and everyone else still struggling in that same position there, that 4th through 6th.
Well, it's interesting too when we talk about the relegation spots, that 7th and 8th spot. I guess if you're Liquid, you could potentially still be fighting for this. Basically, when you go to relegation and you're in that 7th and 8th spot, you match up against the two teams that make it out of that open circuit finals. Well, if you're in that 7th seed, you get to choose which team do you want to play out of those two open circuit teams. So you can be like, I don't want to play French Toast Mafia. Assuming they make it, I'd rather play the other team. And that's a big advantage. So if I'm on Liquid, you still want to move your way up, and it's not over yet. You still want that 7th seed.
And having the choice is just that much more impactful, because, you know, some players, you just can't beat around the bush. Some of the players in the open circuit are probably going to get picked up onto some of the pro teams, and some of the pro team members were probably going to get dropped. So having that choice where, you know, if the #1 team loses 2 of its players or 1 or 2 of its players, and then you're stuck playing the #2 seed when all of a sudden the #1 seed is weaker, you know, having that choice just is that much more impactful and that much more beneficial.
Well, it looks like we've got the match back up and ready to go. We're still here, same spot. We're going to jump on board with Predevinator, though, as he's got the sniper, and actually he instantly goes down with that sniper. So let's jump over to Hines and see what this guy's up to. He's up at top catwalk right now, just holding down this sniper side. Neither team really able to get a flag out yet to make a push for a flag, but still kind of back and forth here at that 50-yard line.
And pushing over and trying to control snipe here. Two people from Allegiance actually down below S1, and Denoxide with some great shots and staying alive, just being a distraction for that much longer, waiting for his teammates' help, and no one's coming. And I thought it was going to be a little bit closer than it was, but not able to pick up that kill. You got Contra and Predevinator trying to work together. I'm not sure if Liquid knows that he's actually out of sniper ammo at this point as well, so look for Liquid to use this opportunity now to push out of the base.
You've got Predevinator running the flag straight out the window, but a player is hiding right there on the DMR. He's going to be able to toss that flag out, and that flag will sit in the courtyard, just hanging out right there. But you've got Contra moving that flag up, and look at that toss. He tosses it right up to Rynoob. A perfect execution of rallying that flag back. That flag is sitting on, or sitting right next to their flag capture point. But look at this. You're going to have them be able to get that return and stop that flag cap. A very clutch play from Team Liquid, and let's move over to Spartan as he's got the sniper rifle, picks up a double kill. He goes down, and I believe we are seeing Stellar run this flag in right now. So Stellar moving this in through the fountain, and a great play by Stellar, but he was taken down. So now Spartan trying to move this flag in. Is he going to be able to get it? No! What a play by Predevinator. Huge play and clutch play by Predevinator right there. But there you see it. They are going to be able to continue and capture that flag, and Team Liquid will go up 1-0 in the game.
Sharkside, what just happened? I just felt like I watched the best flag relay I've ever seen turn into a counter cap for Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I don't know how that happened for those guys on Team Liquid. I mean, and then Spartan went clutch there at the end too. He got
several snipe kills.
Got a couple double kill, or he got a double kill with that sniper, and yeah, it just kind of paved the way for them to move that flag all the way back.
I completely agree. That was Spartan, and I've said it time and time before. I think he's an amazing player. He's amazing when he was on Renegades. He's still amazing here on Team Liquid. They just keep falling short. So this is a great turnaround, and it's a great feeling as well when something looks really, really grim, and then all of a sudden it turns out to be the best thing for your team, and a reversal there in the captures.
All right, so we have Eco, who has moved the flag all the way to snipe, but Contra's right here. He's going to be able to get this return and send that flag right back to his base. Eco off the spawn, getting some control here of top rocket area, but you know, Team Liquid, they're up one right now, and I like how they're just kind of taking it slow. They've got players back at their base, playing very defensive, and that can also not work out in the end for you, but sometimes if you're able to keep a good stronghold at your base and keep that defensive wall from allowing the other team in, I mean, it's going to be good for you guys. But look at this, Predevinator's already moving in. He's trying to get this flag moving. He's got it out to the window, but just trying to stay alive. He's got Eco behind him, though, trying to finish this, or trying to get this flag return here.
It really didn't look like he knew where he was getting shot from in that situation. It turned out Eco is literally directly behind him, but kind of just trying to crouch and stay alive as long as possible. Maybe thought he was getting shot from the catwalk.
And actually, just for those of you at home, you are not able to see those flag icons right now, but there you see at the top of your screen when a flag is away. So a flag is out right now, and I believe this is Team Liquid running their next flag.
And Predevinator with a big double kill there as well, but Stellar running the second flag, and no one in position here from Allegiance to stop him. And just like that, we went from what should have been a 1-0 lead for Allegiance, and now a 2-0 lead in favor of Team Liquid.
Stellar getting into a battle with Rynoob. He's going to just leave that kill, and I like to point out these types of situations all the time. Stellar, yeah, he got him weak. He's just going to leave him. He goes off, gets another kill or two, then he comes back to fight Rynoob. Rynoob will take him down, though. Huge kill from Rynoob, but let's move over to Denoxide. He's got the rockets and running the flag right now.
that was kind of worst case scenario for Stellar. He won, naded his teammates, challenged, and then lost the 1v1 with that opponent escaping. So that could have been the third flag cap. You know, if anything, you would have an extra team member alive, an extra member from Allegiance dead, Rocket still in the hands of Denoxide. That could have been the game right there, but that was a crucial 1v1. Big props to Ryan for coming out ahead there.
Spartan has the sniper in the Royal 2 spot, trying to get some kills. He does connect with Predevinator, looking to come back for another one. He knows Hines is behind this flag stand, waiting for him to just peek out and rip his face off. And there you see all 4 players from Allegiance inside their base. Spartan in a great position, Eco in a great position. They need the other 2 guys on their team to push up right now. Just stay alive and get these kills right here. Spartan's able to pick up a kill. He's got Contra pushing up ahead. He is able to take down Hines as well for the double kill. Contra goes down, that's 3 down. And no flag run still initiated yet. So the other 2 players on Team Liquid, definitely, it took them a little bit of time to make their push up across the map.
I mean, yeah, I liked what I was seeing. They were doing a good job collapsing, but they essentially, all 4 members of Allegiance was alive, and they just weren't able to really track them down and know that they were all hiding on those corners and on the walls near the flag. Sparring more great shots there. Take a look at his stats here right now and just see who's doing work. And of course, leading the pack, no surprise here, Spartan the dog.
And we do have another flag moving here. I believe this is Eco running the flag, and he's running it towards Rocket's side, but there are players that spawn over by the elbow. You know, very kind of weird. You see how all of his players over at Snipe side. I'm kind of curious why Eco decided to run the flag over towards Rocket side. If he would have ran it towards Snipe, he would have had all kinds of cover. Instead, he ran it towards Rocket side. The other team was spawning at their elbow and was just spawned up and like, hey, you're running the flag right into a sight line where we can kill you. So I think that was a mistake there from Eco. And probably a little bit of confusion between the team, but they're up 2-0, so they can make those little mistakes right now.
Right, but a couple mistakes too many, and this game's going to go back in favor of Allegiance. You know, if anything, I would have liked to see him, once he hit bottom center, just turn and take it towards Snipe. You know, if you're not confident, if your teammates don't pick up any kills on the enemy team off spawn, you're most likely going to have to pick up a few kills before you can secure the cap. And in that case, it's best to take the flag over to your teammates, where at least if you die, the enemy team won't instantly get a free return.
Well, there is a flag moving right now, and you see the player here on Allegiance moving that flag. I believe that is going to be Predevinator. He's got the flag in, but over on the other side, Stellar has the flag out too. So there's both flags are out, and we're gonna have a little bit of a standoff here. Sniper is up, and look at that. One of the players just plasma grenaded the sniper to them. That is, I believe, is that Denoxide? That is Denoxide who threw the plasma, and yeah, Combat evolved that sniper back to his side.
I like that sharp side. And yeah, I mean, that could be a game-changing play. One of the things that separates the best from just the good players, essentially. Knowing all the different tricks, advantages, and spots, like Frosty, World 2, you see them, and wow, he's hitting a lot of these body shots. I couldn't even imagine if those were headshots, I would have been going crazy.
But getting those players weak, but he got them weak. Made kind of a push in by himself. He could have potentially waited, but he was able to hit those body shots. No one's there to clean it up, though. So still, we are at a standoff here. Rockets are coming up, so whichever team is going to be able to get control of these may be able to make a push in. But I like how Denoxide is just kind of hanging out back here. He's just waiting for the other team to push, trying to protect his flag guy. Spartan the dog, that would be with the flag, so he's going to stay alive down here with the scatter shot. And very defensive. Getting some grenades in, though. That's 2 down for Allegiance, so they should have no trouble protecting this flag, and back into the base he goes.
And look at Spartan's flag rotations. They were just 3 dead for Liquid. Took in front of the base, hit behind a rock, got it and ran it back up to his own flag, putting shots down in the windows. He was the last member alive for Team Liquid. So this is how you're supposed to play with the flag. You know, we've seen really bad examples before, but luckily we're seeing a good one now.
Well, there's only 1 minute and 15 seconds left. If you're Team Liquid, honestly, you're just defending these guys off right now, because if they can't get this flag return, I mean, game's over at the end of the time limit since they're up 2 flag caps. And yeah, I mean, they've got power weapons. Spartan the Dog has no reason to push out. This is 2 free kills right here with the Rockets. I don't know if he spotted that guy on his radar. He didn't see Rynoob. Rynoob did take him down, and look at this. Predevinator is going to be able to get this return, and they are going to be able to get this capture across the map. So now at 2-1 right now, Allegiance moving the flag. That's Predevinator moving the flag. He will go down. Contra goes down as well. So that's 2 down for Allegiance, and no player in sight of being able to pick this up. 35 seconds left, so there's still a little bit of time, but Allegiance needs to get that flag cap before we hit 0 on the clock.
I mean, it takes about 30 seconds or so to run the flag across. Of course, you could always relay it and make it happen in about 10 to 15 seconds, but with Team Liquid dying, no one was able to grab the rocket or scatter shot there, so this is going to be Team Liquid taking a quick early 1 lead here.
Yeah, and Spartan, yeah, just hanging back. Come on, try and get this flag. I've got rockets here. You can try and get this flag, but it's not going to work. And yeah,
play to your advantages. And their advantage was a minute left in the game. Don't charge and die. Don't just sacrifice the kills or almost give up a double cap, which we almost saw happen. So big props to Liquid.
Stats, stellar. 29 kills and Spartan 27 kills. So the guys on Team Liquid really outslaying Allegiance.
Really outslayed them too. Gee, I didn't even notice how bad it was at first, but everyone 20 and above. Stellar almost hitting that 30 mark. And the highest kills from Allegiance was Rynoob at 22.
And then we've got Hines with only 16 kills that match.
Of course, take a look at some of the replays here, and like Predevinator had that really clutch kill, but being the last guy alive, there's only so much he can do, and Allegiance able to put that one in. You know, and it really that flag return that Allegiance had to tie it or get 1 cap was pretty scary moment for Team Liquid, because they've been playing so well all game, and I thought they were going to find another way to just lose at the very end, what they've done so often so far this season.
And Spartan here in the Royal 2 spot, just playing it perfect. This is where Eco and him were just kind of doing work, waiting for their teammates to push up. Huge double kill from Spartan there. Just very clutch to pick up those kills, because when you get those clutch kills, it just makes it a lot harder for that team to make a push out of their base. They're down another player. Instead of him just being down 1, now they're down 2. So when you get a kill that technically you're not supposed to get, it makes it so much harder for the other team.
Exactly, and there's 2 different ways you get those kills. 1, a player clutching it, and then 2, a player choking there. So luckily that was Spartan clutching it. I thought we were going to see a 2v1, or excuse me, a 2-for-1 almost in that situation with those 2 players hiding there, but he actually headshotted the guy further back that was crouching. So big props to Spartan, and they were able to tie it up, hold it off long enough to make sure they took that victory. And pretty scary moment as well, because they were so heavily outslayed and the game was that close. So when it comes down to Truth Slayer here, you know, what are you expecting to see out of Team Liquid?
Well, I mean, Team Liquid definitely, they're looking like they're coming together a bit more. I'm a little bit impressed by Team Liquid taking game number 1, because that's going to give them a much better chance of winning the series, because they have the momentum right now. They have the momentum in their favor. Allegiance is looking to try and turn things around. But Truth Slayer, I mean, honestly, it could go either way right now. I mean, Allegiance hasn't been known to be the greatest on this game type, but that was the old Allegiance. Now with Liquid, still the same squad. They actually have lost this game type in the past. So I don't know. It's hard to say if we're going to favor one team, but we've got the players ready, so let's get ready to hop into this match here.
All right, and of course, Truth on Slayer, 50 kills to win. We've got the Hydra launcher bottom center. And that's one of my favorite things, is that weapon is becoming even more and more prevalent all the time. Now, we watched a lot of Liquid last game. Who are you looking to get this kicked off with? Let's
kick it off with Contra. Didn't see too much from him last game, and we were talking about him, and he was known as a little talent. Let's see how far this guy is coming.
And if you ever come from standby, and it's a long way that you came up from, so if anybody knows what that means, you've been around in the community for a while, and you might have a little grudge or bias towards Contra.
You're not letting that one go. You've been holding on to that one for years.
Oh, it was years ago, and forgive but never forget Struckside.
All right, so you have forgiven him.
Oh yeah, I'll forgive him for this, because he was like 9 years old at the time.
Oh, okay. So Contra is going to be able to get a double kill here in the base. So Clutch double kill from him. Rynoob now with the fuel rod as well, so looking good for Allegiance to kick things off. Spartan just swoops in and slices and dices Contra down at red 1, so speedy play there by Contra, but Rynoob quickly to locate and take down Spartan with camo as well. Camo and fuel rod. Whoa!
Oh, that was bad. I don't.
That was 3 bads.
That was a 3 bad. You have fuel rod, you have camo, you have thrust up, and you thrust into a melee. That is not what you want to see out of Team Allegiance here in a must-win.
You never want to see 3 bads because, yeah, that's just not good. And when you have 3 bads, I mean, your
3 bads is 2 bads too many.
2 bads too many. All right, so sticking on board with Rynoob though, as he's going to get into a fight down here at the bottom base. Dude, I feel like we've been at bottom red here since the start of the match. All the players are just navigating to red 1.
Eco's over there wondering, he's like, I swear we're playing 5 people on Allegiance right now. I've not been able to leave bottom red 1. And Spartan, big 1v1, picking up that kill. That's why I'm such a fan of Spartan. I watch players all the time. You know, everybody gets outplayed every once in a while, but Spartan is generally the guy that's normally outplaying other people, and that's why I'm such a fan of him.
Look at this. Allegiance is getting caught inside the base right there. They have Spartan locking them in here from the car side. You have them trying to push out 1 by 1 on the other side, but none of their pushes are working. Contra goes down. Hines goes down. You've got Stellar over here as well. Now Spartan has the fuel rod as well, so he opens up that spawn over in the car bubble, but he's going to pick up an easy kill here. And all the players on Allegiance are still spawning over on that blue base, and they're not able to get out. Look at this. Spartan playing this perfectly. He's got the carbine. He's just picking up kills across the map. Now starting to make his push in. He's going to leave that bubble, which opens that spawn, but Eco picks up a double kill. Spartan's just flying around the map with the fuel rod. And another, I'd say, honestly, that was a bad play as well with the fuel rod.
Went a little bit too far, but he was out of ammo. He did just assist all 4 kills in the game there. So, you know, running out of ammo, not having camo, things like that. You know, if we have to rate scales, Rynoob would be like an 8 or a 9. You know, as far as bad,
well, it sounded like 10 out of 10 bad.
I didn't.
3 bad.
Might have to go rewatch it again and maybe weigh the factor. Of course, if they lose this game, then it even makes it that much worse. So whoever wins the game definitely can affect how many bads we throw in there.
So what would you have rated Spartan's bad level?
I mean, that was like a 4. You know, I thought it was like
so
you jumped too forward. You probably should have thrusted. I think he took a moment to look at his ammo, didn't realize he was going to run out. Kind of a mistake, but not like a huge choke.
All right, well, we're all tied up right now. 18-18, still with Spartan, the dog here. But now, look at this. You've got Allegiance pushing on the players here of Team Liquid. Team Liquid's getting stuck in the base, but big kill from Spartan. And whoo, nice little slide up the top middle. Wow, that was a sick play from Spartan.
That's one of those jump around articles. You take a look at that if you want to learn how to do that one. That's Spartan knowing the ins and outs of Halo 5.
Yeah, I mean, that just looked fun to slide through the top center hole right there and just fly up to top mid. But Spartan, showing why he is one of the top players in Pro League. He's got the carbine now and just back in position where he was earlier, but gets caught out a little bit too far, and Contra takes advantage of that. So we'll move over to Contra as he's looking to get some control here over on the car side now.
And Fuel Rod is still up top center, it looks like. So Allegiance is holding down pink. Stellar pushing up by himself. You can kind of see in those dub cams. And Hines still with the Fuel Rod over there in pink too. Contra grabbing another kill on carbine side. Sitting in window and putting so much damage down without having a carbine or a BR. That's kind of, you know, maybe a little uncharacteristic of Liquid, you know, having them die there. Stellar probably should be weighing a little bit further. We do have camo up as well. So both teams need to start focusing on making sure they either get this camo or at least make the other team burn it.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Contra's not over there trying to assist with that camo. He's focused on those players over on the car side where he could have been potentially helping out on the pink side.
Now,
so
let's go on board with Eco. He got the camo, he's able to escape, and he has sword as well. So right now, working on a flank. Look for him to go. He needs to kill this guy top car.
He's got sword as well, so nice little treat in his back pocket to share with Rynoob right there. And now he doesn't have the sword out initially right now because once you get to a certain speed, you're shown, you have camo still, but you lose that camo and you're not as hidden. And actually, he will get spotted. He will get eagle-eyed and taken down as well. So 2 more down fall for Allegiance, and we're at 28-26.
Yeah, it looks like he jumped top center. Probably shouldn't have shot his pistol there. Just because you have a player on your screen doesn't always mean you should shoot at him. However, what he wasn't anticipating is getting shot from essentially 3 different angles, both bases and towards car side. So just, again, dropped just a little bit too quickly before he can really react.
All right, let's move over to Predevinator and see what this guy's up to. He's going to get into a 1v1 fight with Spartan. Who's going to get it? Spartan, the dog's going to get it. And then Contra will finish up Spartan. So great shots there from Spartan.
Yeah, like I said, everybody gets outplayed every once in a while. But generally, when somebody's getting outplayed, Spartan's doing it to them. So big props to him. That was a 1v1 that he really shouldn't have even won because he missed a couple of shots himself. Like, that wasn't a perfect from either person, and Predevinator had the first shot. So Predevinator, you know, maybe the nerves getting into him a little bit here.
Yeah, and now the fuel rod is up as well. But if Team Liquid can secure this Game 2 win and go up 2-0 in the series, I mean, I don't want to say it's safe to say they're going to win the series, but oh my gosh.
2 players, both no shields, and he missed 6, 7 shots maybe. That was a free double kill. This is a must win for Allegiance. I don't know if I've said that before. Actually, I know I've said that several times already. This is a must win. You cannot be making those mistakes. And getting out pistoled by Spartan a minute ago may have absolutely affected him missing those shots.
Look where Spartan is again. He's back into the bubble. They've trapped Allegiance in blue base, and they're getting stuck over and over. And look at him and Denoxide pushing up. Contra's going to get flanked right here. So a great flank from Spartan and from Contra. Or not from Contra, a great flank from the guys on Team Liquid, and Camo's up as well. So it just feels like the Team Liquid guys, they're always moving across top middle and just forcing the other team back into the base, and then you've got Spartan constantly just over in the bubbles, and he's able to make sure nobody pushes out of the bubble. And now he's got Fuel Rod. Wow, Rhino was able to escape that. I'm pretty surprised that he made that away from there. Look at this. Wow, Spartan didn't even see Contra right there, and Contra just going to run away. Just has no clue that Spartan's there. Contra's one shot. Spartan's going to be able to finish that kill. We're at 46-39. Team Liquid looking to take game number 2, excuse me, and go up 2-0 in the series right now.
I can't believe that Raidu lived a moment ago there. He must have found an overshield on the map or something like that, because I could have sworn that last fuel rod looked like a direct hit. And then not seeing Contra right away as well. Just kind of you know, funny with all these players crouching around all the time.
Look at this, back at top middle, making a push. He's going to take down Hines. We're at 49-42. Team Liquid is going to close out game number 2 and go up for the first time 2-0 in a series right now. Can they close it out here, Mine?
You're absolutely correct. This is the first time they're up 2-0, so I'm actually really excited for them because, you know, whether or not there's enough time left in the season for them to bring this back and, you know, really make a difference is one thing. But in that close race for top 4, with Allegiance quickly trying to catch up on everyone after making their team change, like I said before, they lose this series. That is a lot of breathing room for Renegades, for Evil Geniuses, for Enigma 6. And not only that, but they're going up against Team Liquid right now, the team that's in essentially, you know, almost last place.
They are at last place.
The team in last place. So you got to look at the strength of schedule going forward as well. And you're going to have matchups against other great teams, and you need to pick up the... Not that this would ever be a free win, but you need to beat the team in 8th place if you want to make it to finals.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to give a shout out to Team Liquid, though. I mean, playing this by the book, just trapping the other team in the base, controlling them from not spawning across the map in the bubbles. You had Spartan with the Carbine, with the Fuel Rod in the bubble, so you've got the Carbine. You can essentially back down 2 players that are trying to push out of a base when you've got that Carbine. And people were trying to push out of the pink side, but you had 2 or 3 players on Team Liquid over there. A player on Team Liquid almost always at top middle or traversing through top middle, so always able to get shots on those guys from Allegiance trying to push out. But there you see it on your screen. Team Liquid, for the first time ever, goes up 2-0 in the series. And then we have Eden Strongholds next, and they, Allegiance has never won this game type in the Pro League yet.
Really?
So
wow.
They have yet to win an Eden Strongholds game, which is very interesting because, I mean, it looks to be in the favor of Team Liquid. So
I agree. Not only
this
that,
is crazy, though. I mean, dude, Allegiance just beat Evil Geniuses, and now they're about to lose to the 8th seeded team, Team Liquid. I mean, it really comes down to which team are we going to see each day? Who has the most consistency?
Any given Thursday or Friday, you know, and we saw them yesterday, like, be really strong against Evil Geniuses, but, like, what would have happened if Evil Geniuses won that Plaza Strongholds game? you know, the series probably would have played out differently. And now Team Liquid, this is a team we've consistently seen come out and be really strong in the beginning and then just fall apart towards the end. Well, looks like they are really focused on closing out games now. So this is Team Liquid's chance to 3-0 a team, and then Allegiance, they have to be worried now at this point, because when you're playing from behind, you can't afford those mistakes. Like you said it already.
They have a lot to lose.
They have a lot to lose, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Renegades win their match, so Renegades they move up in the rankings, and if Allegiance wants to keep that tie going on, they have to win this match. So they're gonna have to win the next 3 games, but we do have the players ready and playing here on Strongholds on Eden. A lot of goodies on this map. I say this every time. So much going on.
You're absolutely correct, and Camo, of course, has been so impactful on this game. And of course, Rocket's always playing a big factor, whether or not it's CLG or any other player. Let's get things kicked off with Denoxide, the newest member of Team Liquid, and see exactly what kind of improvements or changes we're seeing out of this player here since when he was first joining Liquid.
He's able to get nades on Contra, but Contra not able to get finished by any player on Team Liquid, so he's going to get an easy overshield there, and they're going to capture the red nest. So a great starting strat from the guys on Allegiance, and really working in their favor, and they've already got points on the board here within the first 20 seconds.
And strong side, look at the bottom right corner of this screen here. We were talking about it briefly earlier, but if you really want to see some sexy stats, then you want to take a look at Contras, because 4.02 KDA and huge damage per death and minute. So Contra being such a factor, such a force here for Allegiance.
Those are some sexy stats right there. Just serious KDA, and Contra's going to beat down the face of Eco there as 2 players go down from Team Liquid, and not too many points on the board, even though they did have those 2 captures early in the game. They're only up 5-0, so Team Liquid still kind of putting up a good fight, and you see the guys on Team Liquid now kind of rotating around towards the blue bend, trying to make their push out, but you've got Predevinator with the rockets just right in your face, and everyone on Allegiance, look at this. You've got Rynoob coming in, you've got Contra putting shots down, you've got Heinz pushing up here too, so every player pushing up, and you're gonna see the other players here on Team Liquid spawn over on the red side, so or in tower, so you have Predevinator blocking that red spawn. So now you've got Team Liquid going for that catwalk, and immediately Predevinator is just putting on some pressure over there, but he will go down, and Team Liquid is able to capture that catwalk and at least get 1 stronghold to try and turn this around right now.
Not only that, Rynoob missed the jump to top catwalk, which made the next player jumping behind him could actually go into a 2v1 battle when, if anything, Allegiance should have the lead. So kind of a crucial mistake from Rynoob, giving now Team Liquid some points on the board. Like, they should not have been able to capture that catwalk. And just like that, all 4 down for Allegiance.
Let's move over to Denoxide as he picks up the nest here, and they go for the trip cap. They are going to be able to secure that trip cap and get a few more points. So now when you have 3 strongholds, you get 2 points every 3 seconds. And also on top of that, Denoxide, he gets the overshield, and Stellar has rockets. So really getting control in a matter of seconds here and turning the game completely around.
I mean, you're 100% correct there. Grabbing that OS, picking up several kills. They're going to put some more players on spawn. That's another 2 down here for Allegiance. And Richie Hines missing a couple shots. Will he be able to? Denoxide picking up the close call. Now, he did get a little bit of help, but regardless, big kills out of Denoxide here.
Staying alive right there just is phenomenal, making another player have to take their attention and look towards him, and allow his team to just keep putting more points on the board.
Now, Sharkside, let's hop on board with Predevinator. He is helping capture the nest, and he has the camo as well. So, of course, that overshield was picked up by Denoxide. Predevinator on the other side of the map here in tower, grabbing that camo, and Allegiance back with control.
Predevinator just taking it slow. He's got camo. He's not going to be spotted. They're still holding 2 strongholds. He's realizing that catwalk is being taken, but he's just going to be over here and not really be messed with until Denoxide comes over here. And if he can win this 1v1 battle, it would be huge, but Denoxide is going to win that battle and make sure that he's able to get that reset. But Heinz is right there to potentially pick up that blue bend as well, and actually that's going to get reset as well. Now, Predevinator and Heinz trying to get that control of blue bend, but Predevinator is going to get hit by by Spartan. Take down Spartan here at top catwalk. It looks like we could see a triple cap here if Heinz can secure that blue bend, and they are able to do so. So now a triple cap going in the favor of Allegiance. So really turning things around on their side as well.
Now it was just one down for each team here, so Team Liquid really needs to focus on getting some kills if they're able to grab controls. Even if they capture this bend but all die in the process, Allegiance is going to pick it right back up.
Yeah, great plays from Allegiance overall, though. They just gave up that blue bend instead of trying to fight for it. They realized there's no chance that they're going to be able to stop that capture, so you got to give a shout out to the guys on Allegiance and just playing it smart, holding down at least the two, the one on catwalk and the one on nest. And Overshield is getting ready to pop. That's 3 down for Liquid. It looks like they're going to pretty much get a free Overshield. And let's move over to Contra, as I believe he did get that Overshield. Yes, indeed he did.
And that's
now,
Rockets
and BR and Overshield. Like, you couldn't ask for anything better right now.
You could ask for camo.
Yeah, you could ask for camo.
Never hurts to ask. But either way, a triple cap now and building quite the lead. Team Liquid, only one person capturing this catwalk, and he's going to have to jump out a hill. Now, they are going to secure this one. There's just too many members of Team Liquid here focused on this side of the map. Contra still with 2 rockets left. I'd like to see him get these reloaded here so he can use them effectively. Still one in the chamber, you know, still can pick up multiple kills here.
Just barely getting taken down there on catwalk. The rockets will fall. Can anyone pick these up? They're just going to hang out there for now as Allegiance fights a player over in the red base.
And I really don't like that play, because what we saw yesterday, you know, Rami sat a nest for like the entire game with rockets, and then Contra, as soon as she pushed out, Team Liquid took advantage of them. They'd snuck someone behind him, you know, something Contra wasn't expecting, and then they pick up the kill and change hands of rockets and control the map. So it's given Team Liquid an opportunity to bring this back. Yeah,
we saw, like you said, Rami the other day, and yesterday do that, and he was kind of like the pillar for the team, just really holding down that nest and not letting any player on the other team come over and attempt to even take it. So what Contra needed is just the other 3 players on his team to be aggressive and to be those guys kind of making that initial push and letting him be able to just sit back.
Right, if they were being triple capped on, I'd understand making that charge, but they had control still. Like, they didn't have to do anything. All they had to do was sit still and stay alive, but they ended up sacrificing that, and now several kills go in the favor of Team Liquid. But just like that, with members dying, and this game, Ryan Noob actually leading the pack, 15 kills. Richie Hines, I believe he's got 7 captures. He's only sitting at 4 kills. And Spartan as well, kind of uncharacteristic for him, only 5 kills.
Overshield is going to come up. Team Liquid needs to get control of this right now. Can Eco pick it up? Yes, he does. Let's move over to him. They're going to take down Hines. Rockets are up as well, so this is Team Liquid's opportunity to turn around. Rhinoob coming in from downtown from the high ropes. Rhinoob just flies in, and wow, what a play from Rhinoob.
Just double melee there. Wow. That was, okay, that's, what do you call that? That's an outplay for sure.
I don't even know what to call that. Rhinoob just from the high ropes came in. I mean, we don't see that very often. I mean, ground pounds aren't something we see very often being
used effectively.
Yeah, used effectively. and Rhinoob just did that.
Ooh, great shots from Eco, and glad to see him pick up that kill, because he actually just naded Spartan in the back a moment ago. It bounced off his back and turned around and took him to no shield. So just like that, look at the score of this game. We're right back in this. Looks like Contra, he is focusing on trying to capture the nest, or excuse me, blue bend here. Picks up a kill, and that is going to go in favor of Allegiance now. This game is essentially tied up, and the catwalk, or excuse me, red nest now is also going in favor of Team Liquid. So they need everyone to get over here and focus on this nest if they're going to grab control. And just like that, flanking from outside, Stellar picks up a quick 2 kills. That's going to be 2 members down for each team. No power weapons coming up quite yet. You got rockets on 20 seconds.
Rockets will be up soon, so if we can see Team Liquid get control of those, maybe able to shift the turn of the game here, and what looks like Allegiance is going to be closing out here in just a moment. So they do have catwalk. They need to get either blue bend, and they do have 2 players by blue bend right now attempting to go for that, but they got to stack it with 3 or so right now, and make sure they keep someone back here on catwalk to secure the catwalk. But they are able to grab 2 now, 96-78. Can Team Liquid bring this back? We saw what happened yesterday. Team Liquid just losing at the end of the match.
We got to go on. Oh, Rhino just gets taken out. Rockets are down.
Stellar gets the rockets.
The OS. And OS is going to come up. This This is Allegiance. Ew, he is taken out as well. Rocket OS is burned, of course, but Rockets were down. Those are going to go over in the hands of Contra as well, and he's going to pick up a kill on Nest. Just like that, control back in favor of Allegiance.
And it looks like Allegiance is going to be able to close this out right now, 99, and that makes it 100. Wow, Allegiance wins game number 3 to keep themselves alive right now. 2-1 in the series in favor of Liquid. Let's take a look at these stats. We've got Hines with 8 kills, Contra with 16, Predevinator with 15, and Rhino with 18. So a little more outslaying happening from the Allegiance side, but Team Liquid, I believe if Stellar didn't get killed there right when he picked up the overshield, maybe we could have seen them come back. Oh, so it was a really clutch kill by the player on Allegiance to take down Stellar right there and make sure that they don't have rockets and overshield. And
kind of a little bit of a mistake, if anything, from Stellar as well. When you have rockets, if the enemy and OS is coming up, the enemy team is nading OS spawn. They're not nading the sides of OS, back or forward of it, trying to predict someone going for it. They're just throwing nades into the pit. If you have rockets, you can literally sit there and just watch the OS and make sure the enemy team burns it, or just drop for it when it comes up. He was there about 4 to 5 seconds early, and it just gave them an opportunity. Pound. Yeah, that was an awesome play by Ryan.
From the high ropes.
And hey, like we said, that was a pretty big game changer as well. You know, we talked about a play that happened in-game can definitely be amplified by a team losing, you know, or a team winning, essentially, depending on what happens. So, Ryan, that OS kill, a 1v1 versus OS, and trading, that's a win pretty much any way you look at it.
So, Elamite, can Allegiance do it? People at home watching in the Twitch chat, who do you think is going to win? Press 1 for Allegiance or press 2 for Team Liquid. Who is going to win? Is Allegiance going to bring this back, and is Team Liquid going to let this one slide out of their hands, and while they were up 2-0, just lose the next 3 games and get hit by the reverse sweep by Allegiance?
And of course, this is Fathom CTF, which was one of Allegiance's, although they fell to Evil Geniuses on this map, this was essentially their strongest game type to start out the season. You know, of course, we mentioned it before, new lineup, new players, everything changes at that point, but if you had to choose one for Team Liquid, they are 1-5 on this map, and then on the reverse end, Allegiance 5-2 on this map.
So definitely looking a little bit better for Allegiance. They've got the light shining through the clouds on them here on this game type.
Yeah, I mean, this might be the second reverse 3-0 sweep that we see. Of course, Coliseum Slayer could go either way. Lots of times it's a coin flip, and who controls those power weapons more. What are the stats there on the game 5? Should we see Allegiance take this game 4-0?
Well, if we see game 5, Team Liquid has won this game type once and lost it twice, and then on the other side, Allegiance has won it once and lost it once. So, I mean, really
a coin flip.
Really a coin flip going into game 5, and whenever we see a sniper on the map, you heard commonly say, like, it's so hard to do something to somebody when they're just hitting every single sniper shot, but it sounds like we do have the match ready here. Capture the flag on Fathom. This is a symmetrical map. We've got camo bottom middle. We've got railgun, or excuse me, camo top middle, railgun bottom middle. They used to be swapped, and they were changed in the past few months. You're
right. It's just when you're actually saying that call out, but yeah. Having that railgun camo is so powerful. Who you want to start this with?
Let's kick it off with Eco. Eco, formerly known as Unlegit, had a gamertag crisis and changed his name to Eco now. Maybe he was just getting too much flack because there was the pro player back in the day named Legit, so it's hard to make your name unlegit because, dude, Legit was so good at Halo.
He really was. He tweeted me earlier today as well. I haven't heard from him for a while, so it's always great to see him still sticking around a little bit there. And so, Strong Side, which one did you like better, Unlegit or Eco? Should we try to start him to take it back?
Take it back? Oh, dude, you can't take it back. Once you make that change, you just got to go with it.
Oh, agreed.
Look at this. Allegiance does get 2 players down. Team Liquid moving the flag through the pit already. Wow, they're going to go for this first flag cap here. Off the start, Stellar's already back in the base. Let's jump into third person and see if anyone's there. Oh my gosh, he fumbles. They should be okay, but he is okay. They are going to capture flag number 1. Definitely a little bit scary, though, probably for him to make that that juggle happen right there. And Would have been bad if a player on Allegiance was right there in the base.
That happened to me once in Halo 2, I think it was, where I fumbled a flag and we ended up capping it. Thankfully, legit covered my back there and put it in, but it's definitely a nerve-wracking moment. Thought I capped it, and I ended up not walking far enough forward and started celebrating early.
Oh, man. Never good. Well, we have another flag being moved. Stellar dipping out of here to stay alive as the flag is being ran through the pit once again, and that's 2 down for Allegiance. Let's jump into third and see where this flag runner is. He's already back in his base right now. That's going to be Eco capping flag number 2 within the first 2 minutes of the game. Team Liquid taking no time to try and close this game out as fast as they can. Just very dominant fashion. Eco will go down now. Now we're seeing more pressure from the guys on Allegiance getting control of top mid. You'll see Predevinator over on the other side making a push into the base here, but he's got players hiding in here. Spartan's got the AR. Another teammate here from Team Liquid just hiding inside. Predevinator, wow, what moves from Predevinator to stay alive, and now we've got Rhino moving the flag.
And, you know, this is got to be kind of a nerve-wracking moment for Predevinator. We did just have 2 breadsticks a moment ago, but they each picked up several kills. Predevinator, though, still sitting at 0 kills this far into the game, and he just ended up picking one up on Eco with a perfect.
What a play by Rhino to drop that flag and just come back because he knew that player was going to be instantly charging him, trying to stop that flag run. Let's jump into third, see if anybody's here. Nobody is here, so that's going to be the first flag cap for Allegiance. And wow, I mean, we're really moving quick right now with all these flag captures here in the first 3 minutes.
And, you know, this is obviously a must-win for Allegiance, like we've talked about it so many times before, and being down 2-1 in the series and 2-1 in Game 4. There's still plenty of time left, and of course, if they do put another one in and no one's able to reach 3 yet, it will go into overtime, which we have seen recently, which is always exciting. But that railgun in the hands of Spartan, he's just always so effective with this weapon.
Yeah, Spartan has quite a few shots left, so if they can use this and push into the base, it looks like he has a couple teammates with him, but 2 will go down, so he just needs to stay alive right here with his teammate and just keep this railgun in the hands of his team. There's no need to make a forced push, but he's going to throw down a splinter grenade. Looked like what could have been a double kill. Definitely a great play from the guys over on Allegiance. Contra was able to take down Spartan and now has the railgun in his hands back at top middle.
If that splinter came out half a second earlier, that essentially would have been a double kill for Spartan. But that's, you know, we've talked about it time and time again, the game of milliseconds, you know, and that just played out in Allegiance's favor there.
Definitely. And Contra still just hanging out at top middle. I like how he hasn't left this area because when you start a push into a base, if you have someone on your team running a flag, you always need that person on top middle, kind of just locating where those players are spawning and getting those players weak as they try and push over to your base. But Railgun is going to be coming up here in just a moment along with Camo, so let's look to see if Allegiance will stay at top middle and keep control up here and go for that Camo. But Contra is going to leave top middle. He's going to fall down the bottom middle to take down Denoxide and pick up all this extra Railgun ammo. Camo, I believe, is up. Elamite, if you could see if anyone was able to acquire that. Eco is up there. Let's move over to him real quick and see if he got that. No, he didn't. So we'll move back to Contra as they're making a push over and take down Spark. Goes for the double kill on Denoxide, but Denoxide denies him of that.
Yeah, it looks like that Camo, no one has that yet. It must have been burnt in this scenario, but Stellar just won. You can see in the death cam, takes out Predevinator, won a pretty big 1v1, but wasn't able to actually get the return.
And they tie it up now 2-2. We're all tied up here in Game 4. Allegiance has got to win this game to take it to game number 5. Team Liquid was up 2-0 in the series. They just need to win this game to close out the series to get their second match win in Pro League.
And of course, that will separate them. Contra, perfect shots there on Eco. That's going to be 1 member down for each team. And take a look at some of the stats here. Contra's having a pretty good game, sitting at 13 kills. Predevinator, though, being a little weaker here, sitting at only 3. Now that Camo is finally picked up here by Team Liquid, although that member just drops as well, so not going to be too impactful. Yeah,
Denoxide was kind of just running into the flames there. He did have Camo, but there were 3 players of Allegiance in their base, and he didn't really have help from anyone on his team. And I would have liked to see him sit back with that Camo and just wait for his teammates to push up. And you know, it's hard for me to even say that because Denoxide, maybe he was trying to go for that sneaky play and it just didn't work out. So you know, he's the player. he knows what he's doing, as all of these other players know what they're doing as well. But now Allegiance has Predevinator top middle. Looks like they are pushing into the base. That's Hines, you'll see, grabbing the flag and trying to get this through the pit. He is able to make it down to the pit, but he'll fall. That's 2 down for Allegiance. This looks like it will probably be a dead flag run as the players over on Team Liquid go for this return.
Agreed. Looks like Ecos is in a 2v1 situation. Runaway, no shields. Predevinator not able to pick up that kill. Ecos going to quickly work on picking up a flank. Spartan get taken out by a well-placed splinter grenade as well, and Allegiance controlling this top center here still.
Predevinator just narrowly escaping that railgun to stay alive. He will drop to no shields and stay on his half of the map and just get his shields back over on the other side. Gets a few shots on Denoxide, but still, I mean, right now we've seen it slow down. In the first few minutes of the game, we saw very speedy flag work from both teams. And now we're not seeing so much speedy flag work from these players. But right as I say that, you've got Spartan moving the flag, going into the pit. He's already got it into the pit. I believe that's 1 player down, though, for Allegiance. He's got the flag over here. They just need to slate, but 2 go down for Team Liquid. Let's see if Spartan can pick up a kill. He'll go down as well. That's 3 down for Liquid. Allegiance has stopped that flag run.
Now strong side camo is in the hands of Denoxide. Rhino just uses last railgun. They're fighting top center. Denoxide staying alive. He actually was weak from that battle. Rhino got a little bit of splash damage with his last railgun shot, but Denoxide using this camo much more effectively than we saw his last one.
Yeah, just staying alive right there is so important. Spartan the Dog's able to come up and help him out, but look at this. Every time it looks like Team Liquid could potentially get a flag cap, or get a flag moving, they have 2 players go down, and now Denoxide pretty much getting owned, I gotta say. He got owned by Hines. He didn't even get him weak. He didn't even get a beat down on him.
I mean, I see what he was thinking, but that last flag is being moved.
Rhino has the flag. He's already back in the base. Let's jump into 3rd person. And oh my gosh, just like that, Elamite, Allegiance takes game number 4. Folks, we're going to game number 5. I love game number 5s, but wow, Team Liquid, this is looking scary for them right now.
This is looking very scary. They had everything going in their favor. And like at the very end there, Denoxide, like, I'm going to call him out for that. Remember that OS play that he had last week where he tried to jump out and thrust backwards, do 180 and assassinate OS guy? Yeah. And then the OS guy like wasn't even near him, was probably wondering if the kid's lagging out or something. You know, like, why is he spinning around in circles in midair 10 feet in front of me?
A little too advantageous.
Like that, it's like when the conversation in some of the previous Halo zones. It's like, do you go for a stick on the player when he's about to kill you, or do you put an extra shot on him to help your teammate? Well, I know what you really need to do is if you have camo and you get a 1v1, you at least need to weaken the guy. You just can't give him 2 free beatdowns on you, and then the enemy team come back and score. They were up 2-0 that game.
They were up 2-0 in the series.
2-0 in the series, 2-0 in game 4. Now Allegiance, this reverse sweep is starting to look like it's a very big probability.
This is going to be a good game. I have no clue what is going to happen here. I think it's really going to depend on this beginning start, on who gets control of these power weapons off the rip. And all the players talk about it. On Coliseum Slayer, it's all about controlling the sniper area and just forcing the other team to spawn in red base or forcing the other team to spawn in blue. And you can also have a guy up at top rockets kind of containing those players back in the base, going back and forth. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, man, Liquid, they have just been through such a roller coaster, and now they're going to game 5 after being up 2-0. I mean, mentally, the stress that these guys have gone through is absolutely insane. It's off the charts.
It really is. You know, of course, they're not in a situation as much to where, you know, it's really do or die for them like it is for Allegiance here. But at the very same time, you know, they got to be saying to themselves, enough is enough. Like, when are we going to stop choking? Like, that's as simple a question as that. When is this going to stop happening?
We actually have a producer over here that really likes that comment. He's smiling at that comment. Yeah, they can't choke, man. They just cannot choke here. They need to close this out. You got to be clutch. It's clutch time. It's go time. Let's see it happen. We're getting ready to start the matchup. We're playing Slayer on Coliseum. We've got Sniper. We've got Rockets. We've got Scattershot. Who do you want to jump on board with to start things off here?
I'm going to say Spartan. Let's go on with Spartan and see. He really needs to lead this team to victory here. You know, amazing player overall. and he's going to need to step up here and put the team on his back.
All right, he's making his way over towards the sniper off the rip, and has a player potentially over nearby. But look at these grenades. He's just set up, ready for anybody to push over there. And player, let's jump into third person real quick. Actually, let's stay in first person here. I believe one of the players plasma grenaded, and Halo Combat Evolved the sniper back to their side. And you see Spartan now has that sniper, and I mean, what a play. I mean, these guys definitely know those little spots to throw those grenades in. It's amazing to see what these players come up with, because there's so many different spots. It's wherever your team or wherever you decide you want to find those little nerd nades.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct there. And nerd nades is a pretty good description of them. You know, it's not something everybody can do, but you need to be able to do it in order to compete at the highest level, I'd say. So,
I'm not even sure who came up with that name. That name's been around for a while. It's like the nerd spot or the nerd grenade.
I want to say it's like STK Tupac or something like that. That seems like one of his lines he would have created. He's always got so many of those.
Definitely see that. But Spartan still alive with the sniper here. Just going for some wild no-scopes right now, but he will get taken down. A great push from the guys on Allegiance, though. And now a player on Allegiance will be able to get this sniper. Let's see if we can find out what player that is. That is Rynoob, who has the sniper here on Red Elbow. But yeah, nonetheless, a great push from the guys on Allegiance. Let's see what Rynoob can do with this sniper.
Oh, barely surviving there. That would have been nice to be able to take that player out. It is going to be an 8-4 lead now here. Hines doing great work to start this game, sitting at 4-1, and Contra at the very same time as he has 4 assists for his team.
Now Eco with the sniper, just battling back and forth here over by the Red Elbow. Neither team able to do any damage with this sniper just yet. But now we're all tied up 8-8 as Team Liquid now goes up 9-8. But even with the power weapon, we haven't seen really too much happening. I'd love to see Eco really start doing some work with this sniper, and just all the action still happening over by that sniper side.
And I love this rotation. Picks up the headshot, which is great by him. Yeah, but that rotation was, oh, and I don't know if they know Contra's still over in Elbow, and Spartan goes for the sniper a little bit too early, gets taken out, and loses the rockets as well. That's going to put rockets in the hands of Rynoob, and Sniper still down here on the blue side of the map. So kind of a crucial mistake. It's actually Hines that's going to pick it up now as well. So Rynoob, 2 rockets left, and Hines with 4 shots of the sniper left here at this point.
He was able to connect with that grenade there, but that player will sneak out of the found. Rynoob trying to connect with that rocket, isn't able to pick up the kill with that rocket, gets that player weak. Will connect with Spartan as he eliminates him. Spots Stellar on the sneaky here over by the sniper. Stellar just moving around, just staying alive, but I believe Eco has the sniper rifle. Let's move over to him here in just a second and see what he's up to. He's got scatter shot
in there now. Yeah, so he just shot his last sniper shot, was 1 for 2 with the last 2 bullets left in the weapon. That weapon is not on, it's on a static spawn system, so dropping it isn't going to have any effect on the weapon itself there. But taking that scatter shot right back over here to Snipe. The new sniper is in the hands of Predevinator. I say we go on board with Predevinator, see if he's able to hit any of these shots, and just like that, picks up the first one. This is still an extremely close game, though. Like, I see this one going down to the wire.
Yeah, folks that are just tuning in, this is Game 5. Team Liquid was up 2-0 in the series. Allegiance won Game 3, and Game number 4, looking to take Game number 5 to get the reverse sweep. Team Liquid just trying to close the game out so they can get their 2nd series win here in the Pro League. So Team Liquid has got to go clutch, but right now Allegiance up by 1 kill. Predevinator with the sniper looking to pick up another kill on Denoxide. He does that. Rockets are coming up in just a moment as well, so we're going to see both teams battling for that. If Allegiance can get control of these rockets as well, and you know what? Actually, I really like what Predevinator's doing right now. He's just baiting the rockets. He's going to get charged by Stellar and back him down. So a great play by Stellar. Instead of going for those rockets initially, he's able to put shots on Predevinator, back him down, and then get those rockets. So Stellar with a great play.
And he takes those rockets, he runs them all the way back towards blue base, and now is rotating it over towards Snipe's side. So he does have rockets over by blue fountain, and Denoxide not knowing that his bag's sticking out just a little bit there, but look at all this extra cover top rockets like we've discussed before. Just so much protection there, gives your players ability to stay alive, and gets shot twice now with the sniper rifle and yet to be taken out. And on the reverse end, you've got Stellar picking up a rocket kill.
Yeah, the guys over on Liquid are really doing a great job at not getting into the sight lines of Predevinator and getting sniped. And Big kill from Predevinator to take out Denoxide. And still with the sniper, gets the double, goes for the triple, is able to get him down to one shot. And yeah, just a great play so far from Predevinator. But you got to say, Liquid, they did a great job in not going into those sight lines and open sight lines, I guess you can say, to get sniped. Now staying with Predevinator. And
do you think like Denoxide jumped out and was going for a ground pound in that situation, or was that like you just get caught ground pounding sometimes?
You think maybe he accidentally went into ground pound?
It looks like he went for the ground pound, and in that case, I mean, it's just another play I would not have done. You know, I'm not a pro at this game by any means, but I can still hop online and put down some stats, and there's just plays where I feel like there's just not a high rate of success happening.
Yeah, well, in that situation, I mean, I felt like he just needed to commit. He just needed to commit. He was already there. Predevinator was one shot. If you ground pound anywhere near that area, Predevinator will die. So him thrusting out and kind of dipping out and saying, I'm not going to go for it anymore, that essentially made him lose the battle. But we have Sniper coming up here in just a moment. Predevinator in a great spot, just playing very sneaky. Picks up a great kill on Stellar, looking to go for a double splinter grenade on Eco. Love that double kill from Predevinator because Sniper is up. And you've got Spartan the Dog with his eyes on the prize, but Predevinator here looking to go for a double kill, and Heinz right there. So great teamwork from the guys on Allegiance to pick up that double kill. They're up 37-31 now, kind of pulling away. This isn't looking good for Team Liquid. If Predevinator can get into a good spot with the sniper, and look at that, a flank by Contra, a great flank by Contra, and now Predevinator's in a prime position. You've got Team Liquid spawning on the other side of the map, and essentially, Allegiance has complete control right now.
Not only that, they're up by 6. Well, Predevinator is 14-7, plus 7 this game. By far the best game he's having this series, and he is on fire. This is... Now, it's only a 4-kill game, and he dies with it. Spartan picking up that sniper, and he's been doing work with this right now. Somehow...
That was a great push by Team Liquid.
They're bringing it back.
Yeah, Team Liquid made a great push, and what looked to be in the favor of Allegiance, Team Liquid was able to turn that around and make one good wave of a push with all 4 of their players and slowly kind of bring that back. But right as I say that, 3 players from Team Liquid go down, and Spartan the Dog just has the sniper, and he's not able to do anything with it right now. But he's doing it. He's doing what he needs to, and he's running back to his team on the other side of the map. So although he wasn't able to pick up any sniper kills, he's able to get that sniper back across the map, and only down by 5 and plenty of time, so there's no need to rush. You have the power weapon. Make Allegiance fall into your trap. Make them come to you.
And he does pick up the hit markers on Contra, hiding top rockets with the grenade he threw there, so he knows a player. Contra wisely backing down here, doesn't want to get taken out. Still 5-kill game. Anybody's game, plenty of time left here. 2 members trading. So that's going to still be that 5-kill game. Now, Predevinator 17-9, and on the opposite end here, Stellar's +1 and Denoxide is +1. However, Spartan kind of having a rough game. He is sitting at 6-12 now.
Well, as long as he can hit some snipes and clutch it up here, that stat will not matter. Rockets are up. What? That was a little bit weird of a play from Spartan, and a great play from Heinz, though, to be down there with the sniper. You don't have really a good sight line, and as rockets are coming up, you want to be in position to at least bait them or at least protect them before anybody on the other team is able to get them. He just was not in good position right there, and Heinz really took advantage of that.
And that was kind of a missed rocket, but still have a comfortable 5-kill lead this whole time. This is game 5, and Heinz flanking.
49-43 Allegiance. Oh my gosh, the Denoxide just hit a double kill, but they will go down. Wow, I still want to see that replay of Denoxide getting that double kill, but wow, folks, Allegiance came back and just reversed swept Team Liquid when Team Liquid was up 2-0. Team Liquid just cannot catch a break right now. They could not close this series out, and Allegiance, look at Predevinator, 18 kills. Rynoob 12 kills, Allegiance 11, Contra 9, and like you said earlier, Spartan not with his best performance right there. Only 6 kills and 14 deaths. Wow, I mean, Allegiance just really closing it out at the end right there. But it looked like Denoxide, he was definitely going clutch for his team at the end right there, picking up that double kill with the sniper. But Allegiance winning 3 games in a row for the reverse sweep. Allegiance being pushed to their wall from Team Liquid, and Team Liquid seems to do this with a lot of teams. They did it to Enigma 6 yesterday, but they weren't able to close out any one of those games. The games were close. It looked like Team Liquid was going to win, but they just weren't able to close it out.
And that was, you know, we said time and time again, they just can't close a series, a 2-0 lead, a 2-0 series lead, a 2-0 Game 4 lead with the opportunity to close it out, and Game 5 like tied up at that 30, past the halfway mark, still tied up, and just falling short once again. It's hard to watch sometimes. It's not like they're doing anything horribly wrong. It's just the other team constantly clutching it against them.
Yeah, that was the snipe from Denoxide there on Hines, and he ended up getting a double kill there, but they ended up losing the game. So there you see it on your screen. Team Liquid wins game number 1 and game number 2, but Allegiance just hangs on by a thread. Wins game number 3, game number 4, and game number 5. They were down 2-0 in game number 4 on Fathom Capture the Flag, and they brought it back and capped 3 flags in a row. So Allegiance just never giving up, and they never gave up yesterday against Evil Geniuses. They were down 98-38, and they did not give up. They fought with everything in them, and they brought that Strongholds game back on Plaza, and they made it happen, and they just made it happen again today.
And you're absolutely correct. 50-45 victory here. Now, that double kill was almost the clutchest thing you could possibly done. Of course, he gets taken out and dies for the last kill, but we actually do have that clip ready for you as well. We're going to show that one individually. It was pretty kind of ridiculous of a play.
It was very ridiculous. All right, so we'll have that clip ready here in just a moment, but yeah, Allegiance. Dude, I mean, we're seeing some of the best matches here towards the end of the season here in the Pro League. I mean, we've seen just in games specific, just like the Envy versus CLG. That series was insane with their comeback, and then E6 yesterday versus Allegiance. I mean, just the matches are still they're getting better and better, it feels like, as the season goes on.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. You know, we were having this discussion earlier where was it in fact the teams getting better, you know, everyone kind of catching up to the CLG leading the pack, or is it these teams kind of slacking off a little bit and then falling short? So that's a tough call to make, but regardless, like Team Liquid, you can't say they're not a great team. They're just having trouble, and they haven't been able to figure out what they need to do in order to take that.
Yeah, they just need to close. They just need to close it out. Yeah, Team Liquid putting up the good fight yesterday against Enigma 6. I just think, yeah, they just got to watch these films and figure it out, or maybe it's just like even something like mental. Once they get to a certain point, they're frantic and they're stressed, and they don't know what to do.
I agree, and it's hard to watch. Like I felt like as soon as they lost that game 3, it was coming, but they were so strong in game 4 to start off. I thought they were going to be able to close it out, but Allegiance proving that they are still on the grind and on the climb, especially with teams losing today and now Allegiance winning yet another series. Like Hines, since Hines joined the team, they have not lost a series.
Hines is he's the X factor.
And I believe we've got Hines on Skype here as well. Hines, can you hear us?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Congrats on your win, man. I mean, as Kyle just said, you guys have not lost a series since you've joined the squad. So how does that feel, kind of knowing that you're bringing success to Team Allegiance?
As an AM player, it feels really good to finally get a shot. I got to give a huge shout out to Cody and Devin for giving me that opportunity, and Ryan, of course. I just feel like we were really click, especially us three, because we played with Rami last week and now Ryan. And I don't know, I just would like to get some more scrims in, see how much better we can get, because as of right now, we've played more Pro League matches with Ryan than we've had actual scrims. So wow. I'm excited to get on the grind with them.
Sky's the limit for you guys. Well, let's talk a little bit about you guys just never giving up, like, mentality. Yesterday, you guys came back, won 98 you won when you're down 98-38, and then today, backs up against the wall, down 2-0 in the series, and you bring it back with the reverse sweep. So, tell us a little bit about kind of your guys' mentality and kind of what goes through those comms when you guys are down so much. What are you guys doing?
I guess it's just a veteran mentality. I mean, even Cody and Devin have been playing for a long time. Obviously, Ryan has. We know it's literally never over until the game says it's over. and you just got to keep up your communication. Make sure that you don't like give up in game, because I mean, on the Plaza yesterday, I saw all three of my teammates die, and I spawned Cafe, and I'm like, well, I got to run bottom in, make something happen. Then we make a play, and then after that, we just feed off of it, and we really feed off each other really well in game too. So it's pretty good.
Now, I was calling this as like a must-win series for you guys, and of course, going down so early, I thought that was going to close it out and kind of seal your guys' fate, essentially. Now, watching the games earlier today and knowing what's in store coming up, like, what is your guys' main focus going forward? Like, is the top 4 like something you guys see yourself making?
Oh yeah, top 4 is definitely our goal. I mean, it was a huge turnaround the past 2 weeks for us. I'm really proud to be a part of that. I know Cody and Devin and Ryan all deserve to be in the finals, so I'm going to try and help make that happen. Our main goal right now is to actually get some practice in, and I think that'll really help us, because the Pro League matches really show what we're capable of. I'm hoping with some practice behind our belts, we can actually improve even more.
Cool. Well, congratulations on your guys' reverse sweep, and you being undefeated in the Pro League right now. So
the only player.
Well, Rami is undefeated as well right now, but Heinz is technically in the Pro League. But yeah, congrats on your win, man. We'll talk to you soon. And I'm kind of sad we didn't see the cat this time.
Oh yeah, she slept through the match. Pretty unreal, right? You'd think she'd get up for this match and get hyped, but whatever.
All right. Well, take care, and we'll see you next time.
All right, appreciate it. See you guys.
Oh, that was very funny. I thought you'd get up and get hyped for the match.
Yeah.
Now, we do have the replay available for you here now. That was going to be Denoxide clutching it towards the end of the game, just a little bit too little too late, but regardless, this was a ridiculously skilled play.
Oh
just
my
look
God.
at those shots. If he had only walked left instead of right, Predevinator coming off spawn wouldn't have been able to spot him and pick up that kill.
Wow.
That's heartbreaking to watch, but that was
pretty crazy.
I mean, I had a couple of clips like that in Halo 2. It's actually in the Straight Rippin' montage. One on Ace and Chig and another one on
You're just
Random
throwing a little plug in
Matchmaking.
there. You know, check out my old
My old
montage.
Straight Rippin'
Right
montage, one of the greatest of all time.
That was a sick montage. It's definitely up there with like the Walshy montages, and I mean, there's so many great montages.
Or the Walshy montage is almost up there with the Straight Rippin' montage.
I don't know. I mean, they're both pretty good. I think Walshy during that time, his montage really kind of set the bar. And then, yeah, the Straight Rippin' montage, that set a really high bar because of all the cinematics and everything used in that montage. But if you're watching this weekend and maybe you missed some matches, maybe you weren't here yesterday, you can check out our YouTube, youtube.com/ESL Halo, to check out any VODs from all the matches. We'll have those all posted on there. So if you want to watch any replays and see a sick clip that you missed, or maybe watch a reverse sweep or an epic comeback on Eden Slayer, you can check those all out there.
And of course, we do have a big match coming up next. We do have our match of the week. Team Envious going up against Counter Logic Gaming. Nobody can forget what happened last time these two teams matched up, and I know the players themselves, that's going to be a match they will never forget. That'll be coming up right after this short break.